Debacle. That's my one-word reaction to Canada's 2-0 victory over El Salvador. Debacle. Equal parts dangerous, farcical, and embarrassing. And it was all because of El Salvador. They didn't even come out to play, which in a way is the ultimate compliment to Canada. If you can't hang with the big boys, you need to change the plot. And they turned a game of football into something that more resembled UFC. Dana White would have been proud, but the problem was the finishing moves meant the night ended early for two El Salvador players sent off in the first half. And let's be honest, it could have been more. Some will blame the referee, but what's he supposed to do? He handled the situation 100% correctly. If players don't want to play football, well, they'll just have to leave the pitch. In El Salvador, they fatigued, they got tired. Meanwhile, Canada remained resilient. That was my big takeaway from this match. It's just the temperament and the talent of Canada were simply too much for El Salvador to handle. Let's speak about the temperament first. They weren't drawn into a street fight. Yes, they were active participants in the way that it was playing out, but unlike previous editions or previous experiences, Canada weren't drawn into that nonsense. Instead, they remained patient, and it absolutely paid off. I also want to mention talent as well, because Jonathan David, pure class, he was taken out. It was such a nervous moment just before he ended up scoring that goal, but that's a top goal from a man absolutely in form. He's the most irreplaceable player in Canada's team. And Tajon Buchanan, between Jonathan David and Tajon Buchanan, Canada right now have the two best players in CONCACAF and the two best players at this Gold Cup. That's the reality of it, and it was too much for El Salvador. They played Guatemala in the quarterfinal stage. Good news for Canada. They avoided Panama and Mexico on the other side of the Gold Cup draw. Those are the two other best teams at this tournament for me. If you're expecting a lot of football to be played by Guatemala, well, just don't get your hopes up. Fingers crossed, however, that Guatemala are more likely to play some football rather than MMA. Tonight, it was a debacle.